Gillian Corban is Managing Director of Corban and Blair, a design firm specialising in stationery and lifestyle products. Since its establishment in 1988, Corban and Blair has seen local and international success with retail lines and cleverly translated marketing concepts. Gillian, welcome to In Her Shoes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us. Give us an overview of the evolution of Corban and Blair.
Well, it started as an idea and kind of developed from there. We were really interested in making journals, so we made them by hand, and we were at a loose end at the time, so we just sort of gave it a go. But we did more than give it a go, really, because we did a business plan, which I firmly believe in. I went to New York and did a marketing course at New York University. We learnt all about bookbinding and all the things that go into making stationery. So on one hand we were playing and being creative, on the other hand we were obviously had a premonition that we needed to be serious as well. So it's developed from there.
And it's been 20-something years. We're going to talk about that in just a moment. Your philosophy I found very interesting, and it is be creative, be sustainable, be passionate and be relevant. Tell us a little bit about that philosophy.
Well, I think that's why we're still here nearly 23 years later. Being creative is essential to being in business anyway, as I'm sure you'd agree, in what we do, because we're making kind of new products all the time, products for the corporate sector every day almost, and then 2 major retail collections a year. You have to be creative, and in order to be fresh and still relevant, creativity is crucial. Plus, creativity is crucial in terms of business strategy as well. The sustainable is that we've got to a certain size, and that gives us a good living. It pays our staff well, and we actually don't want to be any bigger. We want to enjoy the creativity of that. If we got any bigger, we'd be worrying about things that might make it hard to be creative. Passionate, I believe you can't be in business without passion. It's hard, and you need the passion to keep you going. And also, passion's very infectious, it's very attractive, and it's very inspiring. And what was the 4th thing you asked me? Relevant, oh yes. In this day of global abundance, we've taken the line that we want to be as relevant, do things that are meaningful for people. You can make anything and push it out into the mass market. We don't want to do that. We actually want things to be meaningful, therefore relevant to the needs of people. So
I certainly, as I know that you know, I've been a customer for a long time, and the products are always beautiful, always new, always fresh. So I just want to go back to creative and ask, what keeps you innovating? What allows you to keep finding fresh ideas when after 20-something years, you know, you haven't dried up of ideas?
Well, ideas you don't. I mean, we have many more ideas than we could ever develop. But I was in a previous world, I was an art and media teacher, and that's all about creating things. It's really about process, actually. You've got to have creative processes that might be, and learning is at the basis of it. You've got to learn new things all the time. You've got to be open. You've got to be flexible. We travel. We don't take other ideas. We sort of, by osmosis, gather up a sense of what might be relevant or what people want. We listen to our customers. We read a lot. We reflect too. I think creativity is about coming up with ideas, and reflection is crucial, because you can have an idea or you can come up with a solution, but it's got to be a really good solution, and that's the difference between something that's ho-hum and something that really works. So creativity is really at the basis of what we do. It inspires us, yeah.
You have a number of distribution arms. You sell on your website, you're in retail, and you do custom work with corporates. Is that by design? Is it risk management?
It actually happened. It sort of evolved. We started out doing the retail products, and most people know us for that. But in fact, the other part of our business is the larger part. So it's almost like one spins off the other. So the retail puts our brand out there, but then a lot of the products that we do, most of the products that we do for companies are co-branded. People actually want the branding, so that gives us another kind of marketing outlet. So one thing's led to another. But in this day and age, distribution channels are everything. So, and with the technology that you've got these days, you can go very directly to people, to the particular market segments, and that's sort of enabling us to open new segments, actually. So, so it wasn't by design, but it's become by design, yeah.
One of the things that we're seeing and we're hearing some complaints about is the fact that a lot of Australians are going overseas to buy products they would normally buy locally in Australia. How do you manage that? How do you respond?
Well, the way we've looked at it is during the GFC, when a lot of stores, we had stores go out of business, major accounts found it difficult. We looked at what we can control, and two of the things that we could control was our online sales. So we really looked into how we would increase those, and our shop that we have at work. So that was one of the things, and we've actually found those are growing. So that's how you've got to deal with competition, and if competition is overseas, it's overseas, and we all buy from it as well. So I suppose we responded that way, and then trying to be relevant, creative, and all those things I've mentioned before.
And going back to the core of what the business is. And going back to the core, yeah. What tips would you give other women who are in business and are in it for the long haul on how to stay fresh and relevant?
I think you've got to learn. I think learning is the basis of everything. Every day you've got to be learning something. You've got to be really open to what's changing, not want it to be the way you want it, but to be aware of the way it actually is. And I suppose to be passionate, because you need that energy to keep you going. So, and also planning and being strategic. I only really plan 6 months ahead, although we're actually looking at what we're doing for next Christmas, but we don't look into, we're not like the Japanese and have sort of 20-year plans. We really do it in 6 months.
Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you.